Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the Crypto King Show. We are live on all social platforms. We are introducing to you blockchain technology, blockchain education, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, investing and trading. The main focus of this broadcast is that every African child, every African community understands about the cryptocurrency market, the blockchain, and take advantage of the opportunities that are found in the crypto space. Please come through, guys. Come in, tune in. We'll be waiting for you to tune in so that we can get started. We've got one of our guests here, Christy Tawii, all the way from Cape Town. She's going to unpack so much information about the cryptocurrencies and share her experience about this market. Please come through, guys. As you are coming through, indicate where you are watching this live broadcast from. Just on the comment section, indicate where you're watching this broadcast from, so that I know where you're coming from and where you are watching from. And please, as you are coming through, do share this page to your friends, to your groups, so that we have so many people coming through and understanding the information that is going to be shared today. So share this broadcast to your friends, to everyone around you. Call all your friends, tell them the Crypto King Show is live now, and we are ready to unpack everything so that we educate everyone about the new technology, the opportunities that are found on the blockchain space. Please come through. As we're coming through, share this. Come through, come through. All right, there you go. Masindi Mtimkulu, I'm watching from Grahamstown in the Eastern Cape. Welcome to the show. Please share the page, share this broadcast to your friends. There will be some prizes to be won to the people who share this broadcast. All right, come through, let's get moving. Share this broadcast to your friends. Everyone needs to understand this information. Everyone needs to get involved in the crypto space. Africa, rise. Africa, arise. Africa, it's your time. Mr. Yonke, thanks for joining. You're coming from Mpumalanga, Petal. Welcome, sir. Hopefully, at the end of this show, you'll be having an understanding of what cryptocurrencies are, the history of money, and where we're going, where Bitcoin is at the moment. Okay. Mtunzi, welcome through. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Please share the page. All right. Not to waste much of your time, I'll introduce our guest for tonight, who's going to unpack so much information, share with us all about the blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and the Bitcoin. This is the new market and the most profitable market at the moment. I pledge to say that we've seen the wonders since it started way back in 2008. My name is Elson Mabena. I've been involved in the crypto space since 2014. I've done so much in the crypto space. I've invested in different projects. I've joined some programs that are also involved in the crypto space, in the blockchain space. And I'm also a day trader, meaning I trade this market on a daily basis. I trade on a daily basis. I make money on a daily basis on the crypto space. These are some of the opportunities that we want to introduce to you so that you can take advantage of them. Gone are the days where everything was found on the physical world. We have moved to the digital space. But unfortunately, some of the people out there, they do not grasp the concept of the digital space. They still believe things are still done traditional way. This is what we want to change. This want to introduce to you that there are so many other opportunities that are found online. There's different opportunities that we can take advantage of online. One of them being the crypto market, the blockchain space. Thanks for tuning in today. Hopefully after this broadcast, your life will never be the same. All right, come through, guys. I'll introduce you one of our own, Christy Tawii. She's broadcasting from Cape Town. She's one of the ladies who's so passionate about the blockchain crypto space. She has done so much in this space, in this industry. She has traveled all over the world, including most of the African countries. She has been invited to blockchain conferences and events talking about the blockchain and the cryptocurrency market. She's an analyst. She's also an investor and a trader in this market. So I invited her today so that she can share and introduce us to Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market, and share all the knowledge that she has accumulated, collected all over the world. Christy Tawii, welcome on board.
Thanks, Elson, but you're giving me so much credit. I'm just an average lady, like the Christy next door. But it's a great pleasure to be on your platform. Maybe I'll just start by giving a little background of myself and how I got into cryptocurrency, basically. So my specialty is basically strategic market research. However, a few years back, I found myself hooked and fascinated by blockchain and crypto world. And the best part about blockchain industry is that the underlying technology, which is blockchain and which cryptocurrency are found on, is multidisciplinary. So for a researcher like me, you don't have to go study to be a developer, because a lot of people, when they look at cryptocurrency or they hear about cryptocurrency and blockchain, it's like, yo, that's so intimidating. Isn't that something with computer science or, So it's such a multidisciplinary industry in the sense that you don't have to go study to be a developer. You can rather focus on how you can use your current career or interest with the blockchain. So over the years, I've been trying to learn, to network, and to link up with people like you with similar interest, especially that after I got scammed, and I'm sure a lot of our people in Africa can relate, So I was a victim of a scam, but because of my curious nature and obviously research, I went on to say like, no, man, as much as I was scammed, this technology, the way I was able to send money so quickly, there must be something to it, there must be the way people are making money or I can benefit. And because all of this is online, it's a global community. Short story, we're here now. So over the years, I've been using my experience to help businesses assess how the blockchain technology can disrupt markets like retail, how we do payments in Africa and other regions. And obviously being a researcher, they've been creating content and providing strategic insight to support development of any project. Because either way, if you were to invest in any market, you can't just go there blindly. You have to do some sort of background research or where you're putting your money. So I work with a couple of exchanges, retailing projects, and as I said, it's a global community. The best thing about this thing is that you don't have to be limited to Africa. It's like you have access to everybody. And this industry continues to fascinate me, and there are many new things every day. again, I say it's a pleasure to be here because of your platform. Obviously, is education, and I'm very enthusiastic about blockchain and cryptocurrency education because I believe that education is important for facilitating and imparting and understanding, so that our people can make an informed and meaningful participation in the sector, especially in Africa, because there are too many scams that are coming here, either by championed by our own people or championed by people from other region, because they are basically using the fact that a lot of our people are lacking simple, basic understanding of this industry, and hence, I mean, we already have very low poverty levels, and we can't afford to be giving away money. So this is a very good start. Very good start, and thank you for blockchain education. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. In a short space of time, you've shared so much valuable information. I feel like we're gonna spend 2 hours or 3 hours today. You've got so much to share with us, especially like I said, we've got so much experience in this industry. And we keep learning on a daily basis. There's so much to learn. There's so much that we have learned. Like we just mentioned now, we've made so many scams and we've lost so much money in different programs. And this is part of this show is to educate people so that they can avoid some of these mistakes that we have gone through. They can get into it in a proper way. Understand? Want to make sure everyone understand the concept and the foundation of this market so that we move forward more open and intelligently. Thank you so much for the introduction. Now, getting to the reality. What is the history of money? Because we do not want to just start talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies without understanding. We hear so many people say Bitcoin is the future, Bitcoin is the money, Bitcoin is going to challenge how the banks works. Bitcoin is the next digital money and all sorts of stuff. Take us through how the money has evolved over the years. Since when it started, since the years of our ancestors, all these years coming up until today, where we are talking of Bitcoin, digital market, digitalization, and then hopefully where we are going forward, things, the cryptocurrencies, the crypto market, and the blockchain is going to change the sphere, the space of how we do business, how we do finances. Please take us through.
Yes, Elson, you're very right. We can't talk about Bitcoin without actually touching on and looking at the history of money. If I can start on that, is that money is basically anything that is generally accepted as a means of exchange for any goods or services. So in this case, take note that I've just used the word generally accepted. So we can agree that money started out as an idea that a group of people accepted, So if we look at history, it has gone through a lot of, money has gone through a lot of transformation in the same way us humans have basically evolved. Because if we look at our practices currently, we don't do the same thing that our forefathers have been doing. If we look at the exchange of goods and services, our abogogo no bamkulu, sorry, I have basic Zulu, use the barter system of exchanging things such as cows with other products. So somebody would have cows, whereas you would have some maize meal, and then you would exchange. Then over time, they move from using your cows to maybe cowrie shells, followed by maybe using coins such as gold, silver, copper, And then from that, people move to then what we have is paper money, which is what we call fiat, and is what we're using today in the form of banknotes. So fiat was backed by gold back in the days until obviously the governments of the world took, they took fiat off the gold standard and it was no longer pegged to the gold standard. After that, we saw the introduction of plastic money, which in this case is in the form of your ATM and debit credit cards, which you can use to swipe at any point of sale with cash, basically. So if we look at all of these developments that I've highlighted, the reality is that our current monetary system is still very much centralized and is controlled by governments through central banks. And I believe that we get frustrated by the current system. As much as it has helped us through the various, through history and how it has evolved, it still has disadvantages. So currently, I mean, we are here on this platform, we are on Facebook, it's a digital platform. So we're currently living in a digital world, hence everything is on the internet. If you look at how many businesses operated in the past and now, many have actually moved their businesses, let's say traditional business models from the store to online. So in the same case, money has taken the same form based on the age of the internet that we hear. So we no longer from the barter system of a cow in exchange for maize meal, or buying land with gold or silver or copper, to buying land with paper money. We now living in a digital world, and we've got new digital money, and in this case, this new money is called cryptocurrency. So, having given that brief history, I mean, we could have all day to talk about this, but time is short and we have so much to talk about. So in 2009, we saw the first cryptocurrency that was invented by someone called Satoshi Nakamoto. I mean, I don't know if it's a girl or I mean, if it's a guy or a lady, but the main aim is that this person was looking at our current system, as I said earlier, that as much as the new monetary system has, evolved over time, and it's better than way back than when our forefathers were trading, the reality is that it's still centralized and it's still controlled by the government and central banks. So Satoshi was looking for an easy way to send money, where one can send money like an email or to anybody without any restrictions. At the same time, something that is very quick, that I don't have to wait for days for the bank to clear money for me. I can get it in a minute or in 10 minutes. And he was also looking for something. He or she was also looking for a system that, apart from instantly sending money, one could also do it like very cheaply. And this is how Bitcoin came to be. So what is Bitcoin in simple terms, basically? So based on what I've just said, and based on Satoshi's creation, it's a peer-to-peer digital cash payment system, which allows you to basically send money to anyone, anywhere in the world at a small fee and quickly. So that is basically Bitcoin. And we all agree that before Bitcoin, all transactions had to go through like a trusted financial centralized system. In this case, I'm talking about a bank. So let me give an example. So if Christy wants to pay Elsa, for example, she has to go through Bank B, which should obviously take a fee to facilitate this payment. So before the payment reaches Elsa, obviously it will go through various verifications by Bank B's centralized ledger or system before it gets to him. So Bitcoin's system is very different. It uses what we call a decentralized ledger, meaning no single person can control Bitcoins. Transactions are verified quickly, and they are approved in a peer-to-peer manner on a different computer, and basically on different computers running on a specialized software. So this is a system that is made for the people. As I said, peer-to-peer, easy, fast, cheap. And I'm sure everybody would want to, to use something like looking at a current monetary system. So the next thing is that, okay, but then it's just something that is on the internet. How does it have value? It's invincible, it's intangible, but how does it have value? Well, I can say that, let's give an example of South African rand. Let's say you have 10 rands, what is the value based on? If you think about it, it's nothing really, because mostly it's based on perceived value and trust that people put in it. If they were backed by anything, if the rand was backed by anything, then we should be able to use it for, the same 10 rand note in the USA, right? But if you go to your USA with your 10 rand note, you can't even buy a sweet with your 10 rand. Everybody would ask, like, I mean, we know the perception about Africa in the developed markets, like, okay, what is that? What paper is that? Where is the money? So this is no different. Most of the world currency are the same. And if I give an example to the US dollar, linking it to what I mean by perceived value, the US dollar was only pegged to gold up until like I think 1971, and if you look at how much it costs to make the dollar, it costs very less. However, its value is much more, and this is coming from obviously perceived and trust in people. So I think I don't know how much it costs right now, but back in the days, I know that it said it cost about 12 cents to create a $20 note, US dollar note. Now, if you subtract 0.12, 20 minus 0.12, you're basically left with 19.88. I mean, where does this value come from? So I think this value comes from the trust that people put in it. Now, let me go back to my first point again. Where does the value of Bitcoin come from? It's an invincible, intangible, asset. I'm not an economist, but we can look at some basic economic principles. And if we look at that, they say that something is considered to have value if it checks the following. In this case, we talk about scarcity, utility, and it has to be divisible. And I will touch on all of these 3 points briefly. So what do I mean by scarcity? Basically, it means if something is scarce, that means the supply is limited, right? I'm going to try and use very applicable examples that are very applicable to many of us. Think of the recent drought that has been sweeping across Africa and how it has, made price of food expensive, for example. The price of maize, for example, during hunger, and when everybody has access to it, it can never be the same. So when we talk about scarcity, think of supply and demand. And in the case of Bitcoin, there will only be ever 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. Another thing is that apart from that, the currency is difficult to mine. In this case, mining, I'm talking about creating Bitcoin. And today, if we look at today, I think about an average of 900 Bitcoins are mined daily. That's not enough for the world population of billions. South Africa has 55 million people, and you're telling me that 900 Bitcoins are mined daily. So this set cap makes it more desirable than any other currency, which unlike our fiat currencies, they're just being printed and printed. Hence, if you look at how much your 100 Rand would get you a few years back, it's not a lot of goods to fill your trolley today. So that's scarcity, right? I think the second point I said is it divisible? What do I mean by that? Can it be broken down and used to purchase stuff like maybe a cup of coffee, a house, or a car? Yes, definitely. And with Bitcoin, a lot of people, they get intimidated by the price of Bitcoin. Currently, I think the past few days has been $11,000. And you see $11,000 like, yo, there's no need to buy a full Bitcoin. You can buy and use units of it. So it's divisible in the sense that you can break it down and use it to buy other stuff. So you don't need a full Bitcoin. You can have units of it. And this is not possible with other commodities such as gold, for example. You can't walk into a store with a bar of gold and say, let me shave off a little bit of it and buy a dress. You can't do that. With Bitcoin, you can. Then last, as utility. What do I mean by utility? Is there a usage for this currency, or is there a market for it to use? Because you can't create a currency and not have a market for where people can use it. So yes, for Bitcoin, yes, which is why it's a universal currency. Not like a rand, where your 10 Rand means nothing in USA or in Russia or in China, because it's not accepted there. But with Bitcoin, it's a universal currency and can be used anyway. And its price continues to increase basically with adoption. And usage is increasing every day. At the moment, thousands of the brands, whether it's the brand that you're wearing, the brand of the food in your fridge, the brand of your car, all of these companies, the brand of your insurance, all of these companies are adopting cryptocurrency as a method of payment, not just Bitcoin, many other. So today you can buy property, you can buy groceries, you can buy cars, you can pay university fees, you can book a flight or flight ticket with Bitcoin. And I'm not talking about this is not just like developed world. I'm talking about Africa as well. So cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are here to stay, guys. The problem is that many of our people think that they're scam because of the lack of understanding, and that many were introduced to them through scam projects. So I feel sorry for, every time I hear somebody say, I joined Bitcoin, I equate to people. There's no such thing as joining Bitcoin. Just like you can't join the rand. It's a currency and not some platform. So rather say I'm buying or investing in Bitcoin, So because of some of these factors, it's designed to increase the buying power will continue increasing. So its value will also keep increasing. So as we've seen in the past few years, and if you look at our African region, especially look at payments, I would say Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was made for us guys because we are home to a very large unbanked population. Of course, South Africa is a different case in the sense that it's a better market because people have access to bank accounts, despite various challenges. But if you look at the rest of the region, people are still putting money, they're still getting paid cash and putting money under the mattress. We're talking about over 60% of people not having access to banking facilities. So if you look at the vision that Satoshi had when he designed the system, the fact that with all of these characters that I've mentioned, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was made for us. And so far, I can applaud countries such as South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana. We are some of the biggest communities of Bitcoin users on the region, but a lot still needs to be done. So yes, that is the history of Bitcoin money. It's for us.
All right. Thank you, Christy. We have said so much. We appreciate that. Please raise your chair a little bit up. Oh, wonderful. Now we can see the lady who's so passionate about blockchain, about Bitcoin. You talk as if you are Satoshi Nakamoto, aren't you? Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Crypto King Show, live on social platforms, introducing you blockchain, cryptocurrency market, and the Bitcoin. Want to understand the history and the way forward, how the Bitcoin market is going to change the world. Please, as you are coming through, indicate where you are watching this broadcast from, so that we know where you're coming from. Please share this broadcast to your friends, to your pages and to your groups, so that as many people can understand and learn about this phenomenal revolution that is taking place in our lifetime. Do not be stingy with the information. Let everyone learn. We are bringing this information free to you so that you can be financially liberated and beefed up with so much knowledge and pave the way forward and invest wisely in the crypto space. All right, Christy. So you said Bitcoin was started in 2008.
2009, yeah.
All right, 2009. Tell us, is Bitcoin illegal? Is Bitcoin legal? Can it be trusted? Can people invest without having any fear on this market, new market, so to say? Okay, please take us through.
Yeah. The big debate, right? And there has been a lot of debate in the past. Even now, because people say it cannot be controlled or trusted. It's a currency for the dark web and criminals. How can we track it in terms of, taxation? So is Bitcoin legal? I think in the past, if I pay particular attention to South Africa, and a lot of other African countries, they've actually warned that Bitcoin has no legal status or regulatory framework, and that they did not oversee or supervise or regulate the the crypto market. But despite that, is it legal? In short, yes. As long as what you're doing is legal. Again, I'll give reference to South Africa. South Africa is one of the few countries in Africa that have been very receptive towards the blockchain and cryptocurrency technology. Because currently a lot of the African countries are basically using a wait and see approach. We wait and see what everybody's doing, and then maybe in the last we do something. But I can say I applaud South Africa because the Reserve Bank, many industry players and companies have been embracing this technology, and they continue to do so. As I said, a lot of the local companies, whether it's the brands that you're eating, the banks that you bank with, the insurance company, they are very much invested, participating in this market. And not just in terms of investment, but investing make sure that regulation, understanding the regulatory environment or helping to shape it. At the moment, South Africa's top financial regulators, obviously including the Reserve Bank, recently they have jointly released a policy paper. They have about 30 recommendations or so for the regulation of cryptocurrency in South Africa. So there is direction. So at the moment, although we're waiting for that paper, it is legal as long as you are not, doing illegal stuff. So it's not a currency for the dark web or for there have been a lot of debate in the sense that something like, it's for drug dealers or for terrorists. Either way, with the current monetary system that is very strict, these things are still continuing. It's about, what kind of systems can we put in place, to prevent this as done in the, traditional holding. So yes, it is legal.
All right. We have clarified so much about the legality of Bitcoin, and hopefully we're going to participate on this market without fear, without having those scary thinking about whether we're gonna lose our money or whether it's going to crash or something. All right, introduce us to altcoins. I hear a lot of people talking about altcoins. What are altcoins? Let's educate our viewers here about altcoins. Because I understand Bitcoin was born in 2009, and then, of course, there have been so many other coins that have popped up in the short period of time. What do you call them, and what are they, and how do they also take part in this ecosystem of the crypto market, of the blockchain? Are they also special? Can we only look into Bitcoin, or we must also invest in these other coins? Are they also legit? Are they also special? Are they also having value behind them? Please take us through that.
Okay. Yes, altcoins. Yeah. Again, when somebody says, Bitcoin, I joined Bitcoin, at the same time I feel sad, but I also get excited, like this is opportunity, education. So Bitcoin is not the only digital currency out there. It is the pioneer, yes. It set the stage, for the cryptocurrency and blockchain, landscape. But there are other cryptocurrencies that are called altcoins. So what are altcoins? So altcoins are basically other cryptocurrency that were created after Bitcoin. In this case, when we say altcoins, we're referring to alternative coins beside Bitcoin. Now, although Bitcoin set the pace or the space for crypto and blockchain, the reality is its software was open source, meaning that anybody can alter it to their own use case. So in this case, the market is free, meaning everyone is free to launch his or their own cryptocurrency, using the current, blockchains, or maybe create their own blockchain. So at the moment, we are talking about there are over 5,000 other cryptocurrencies. So you don't need to be fixated on Bitcoin because the market is big. I always say that the blockchain is bigger than Bitcoin. The blockchain is bigger than Bitcoin. So there are over 5,000 other cryptocurrency. And when I mean by that, it's not just cryptocurrency. Remember, it's just an underlying technology and cryptocurrency is one of the few things that you can have on that technology. So there's a website called coinmarketcap.com, which we refer to as a Bible of cryptocurrencies, basically. And on that website, you will find details of all the, over 5,000 cryptocurrency, the value, market cap of the currency, how many of those coins are in circulation, and information behind the coins. Today, this cryptocurrency market is worth about, I think it's 350 billion US dollars. Guys, that is the market of cryptocurrency. Today alone, if I look at how much the volume of trades, we're talking about 83 billion USD was traded today. 83. Actually, let me check. Let me check quickly how much was traded today on the cryptocurrency market. So the blockchain or cryptocurrency market is a coin. Yes, but there are many other coins. So if there's so many, how do I choose, which one I should look at, yes, there's so many, but not all of them have something unique to offer. So in practice, most of them are either cryptocurrency, utility, reward, or reward tokens for certain apps, platforms, or projects. So how do I choose? How do I choose which one to go for? I would say you need to go for those ones that have a use case behind them, not just any. And this is not. So let me. How is that? Sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. So what do I mean by a use case behind them? Because Christy can come up with a coin and say, "Oh, this is Christy coin." It's and for people that are into cryptocurrency, because they see that they can be high returns, and they might be misguided in the sense that, okay, it's a cryptocurrency, then that means I can get a high returns. But no, as I've said before, they need to be usage or a use case behind them. We use a very simple example. As I said, right? If we look at the internet and how current businesses have evolved on the internet, it's basically taking traditional business models and putting them on the internet, right? So if I use a very similar example, I could say, let's look at FNB EFT, electronic fund transfer. You're able to send your cousin in Cape Town money right now. If you go on whether it's cell phone banking or your online banking. Let's say FNB EFT was an altcoin that was created 10 years ago, right? Now, if you look at the solutions that EFT has currently done for us, it has allowed us to in the sense that I don't have to go in the bank and queue to go and deposit money, right? So convenience, right? The money gets to my cousin in Cape Town very quickly, as opposed to 3 days or waiting. I have an option of, let's say EFT was a cryptocurrency, a new cryptocurrency on the market in 1994. We are in 1994 right now. And we have a problem of long queues in the bank, having visibility of where your money is, when the money has gotten to a trail or a track apart from the receipt if I haven't lost it. So there's EFT, a new cryptocurrency on the market. And somebody, obviously when you invest in a cryptocurrency, as I said, this website called CoinMarketCap, there's information, free information that you can do research on a particular project, because each cryptocurrency, there must be a project behind it, hence a user case. So if you are using EFT as a new coin, Christy is advertising her new FNB EFT cryptocurrency, altcoin, why should I invest? You have to look at what does it offer, what problems is it solving? Again, I say it's very simple. It's a matter of looking at solving current traditional business challenges. And in this case, in 1994, EFT was going to solve a case of sitting in the queue and so many others. So if today was 1994, I would have invested in FNB EFT because of the use case that it has. For me to transact or to send money to, I will need maybe FNB EFT. So hence I'm saying you need to go for cryptocurrency that I have a user case. Of course, it's a different case for somebody that's me, like an analyst. I can assess and see, but some of it is very straightforward. It's basically trying to solve current challenges that the business environment, whether it's retail, whether it's education, whether it's banking, whether it's, so many other cases. So all of the cryptocurrency or altcoins, they have a use case or project behind them. Hence, you need to be going for this.
Thank you so much, Christy. We are learning. Our brains are still open. Our ears, everything. We're paying attention 100%. We are here with you, and we are getting some. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, we are getting so much information from you today. We're not gonna let you go before you offload everything. There has to be offloaded from your brains. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. We have spoken about cryptocurrencies. We have spoken about altcoins, which is alternative coins. Coins that were born after Bitcoin was born. And normally when I present, I say brothers and sisters of Bitcoin, because they were born after Bitcoin was born. And of course, they represent different projects, and they have got their own strength in their own right as well. And they grow, and we ought to look into them. It's not only Bitcoin in the space to be invested in. There's so much. There are more than 5,000 of these coins that you can look into. But the most important thing is to look into the right coins, because there are so many other coins that we normally call them shit coins. We call them shit coins. Those are coins that are here to get your money, to take your money, and then they disappear. Those are coins that are scams. Those are coins that will not last you for a long time. So you need to check, fundamentally analyze the projects behind those coins, and check the use cases so that you can trust and believe in that project and then invest. Do not just invest because of there's so much noise around that coin or that project. I normally say remove the noise before you invest. Once you remove the noise, you leave the coin, check the bonds, check everything, and then that's when you're gonna see that this project is worth investing in. All right. So do you agree that we have to trust the cryptocurrencies? We have to trust the cryptocurrencies, and we have to put our money into the cryptocurrencies. What's your say?
You just highlighted something right now. Like it's a yes and no, right? Why am I saying yes and no? As I said, the blockchain and Bitcoin landscape is bigger than Bitcoin, and if you look at what is a market cap for Bitcoin currently, we're looking at 200 billion, right? It's about 60% of. So there's another 150 billion, coming from cryptocurrency. So yes, there's an opportunity, but as you said, it's important to do your homework. Yes, invest in cryptocurrency because a number of cryptocurrency are aiming to solve or backed by projects aiming to solve our local business challenges, our current business challenges. So yes, invest in cryptocurrency. We should invest in cryptocurrency. There's an opportunity to invest in cryptocurrency, but do your homework. Do your homework. Always do research on a certain project yourself, and do not listen to influencers on Twitter, on YouTube. Unfortunately, the disadvantage of the fact that this technology is, open source. Anybody Anybody with bad intentions can create a cryptocurrency and create hype over it and say it's the best. So invest in first understanding the market. Lean towards. Of course, yes, it's important to lean towards people that are have experience as a good teacher, or people that have been in the industry or experts. But at the end of the day, doing your due diligence is important. But yes, we should invest in cryptocurrency. There's a lot of opportunities. And I think as Africa, we've already set the pace for, if you say mobile money, for example. If you look at technology, Africa has a lot to offer. And there's so many things that are happening currently, like from Nigeria, from Kenya, from a lot of young people, because of our young population. And this industry is young. I'm still looking forward to a lot of blockchain and cryptocurrency-based projects that are coming out from our young people. So yes, there's a lot of opportunity for us in this market. So you should, yes, invest in cryptocurrency. There's a lot of opportunity for you. And we can trust, but do your homework. Just like any other investment, you must do your homework and assess your risk and your advantages.
Wow. Thank you so much. The crypto lady Africa, the international speaker, the worldwide recognized blockchain enthusiast. Wonderful. Tell me something. How do people get involved in the Bitcoin and the crypto space? How can one get involved? Where do they start? Please share with us.
It's very easy. It's very easy to start or to invest in Bitcoin. And I'm going to say it's very easy, and also emphasize that you don't need anybody to do it for you. Stop falling for invest 500 and get 10,000 a week. It's very easy. I'll say again, just speaking of technology, everybody in Africa has a mobile phone. Of course, data cost is still an issue, but if you can operate a phone, you can invest in cryptocurrency. If you can be on WhatsApp, it's the same time you invested to learn how to use WhatsApp and Facebook and all of this. You can do the same. Why? Because it's so easy to start to invest in cryptocurrency. Because starting is as easy as opening an email account. As easy as an email account. And to transact, either it's Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, you just need a wallet. So without a wallet, you can't receive, store, or spend, or any of those currencies. So you can basically think of a wallet as your personal interface to the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency interface. So it's kind of similar to how you would open to your online bank account, which is kind of like an interface to your regular monetary system. So where do I get a Bitcoin wallet? It's simply an app, a website, that manages your Bitcoin private key for you. So in a way, it's also like a key to your safe box, but a safe, deposit box, but on the blockchain. So any platform that offers a Bitcoin wallet will offer you a Bitcoin address. So that's a face thing. So what is a Bitcoin address? It's almost like an account number, and it's a case sensitive account number, usually 34 characters of number, lowercase, and usually either 1 or 2, 3. So it's an alphanumeric, basically, character. So where do I get a wallet? You can, to get Bitcoins and invest in Bitcoins, you can buy Bitcoins from either an exchange or directly from other people, from a marketplace. In this case, I'll give examples. In South Africa, we have access to local Bitcoins. We have access to Altcoin Trader. We have access to Luno. And then there are international ones. As I said, it's a global platform. You are not limited. You can have as many as you want. You can be on many platforms. You can have different ones. Imagine if I was investing in all the 5,000, cryptocurrency. That means that I'll have 5,000 wallets in maybe 10 or 100 different exchanges. There are no limitations. But obviously there are some, maybe with regulation and regulatory environment, evolving. There's some maybe regulatory things that you need to adhere to at the moment. But the restrictions are very minor, very, very minor. So for South Africans, the most user-friendly, especially for beginners, I would say is local Bitcoin, altcoin trader, and Luno. With these platforms, they have bank accounts that you can send your rents to in exchange for cryptocurrency. And mind you, your likes of Luno, maybe many of you don't know that. How many of you actually know that FNB has interest in Luno? You know? So there are many reputable platforms where you can buy Bitcoins and invest or trade in Bitcoins. So that's the first step. Getting a wallet, either is once you get the wallet, you'll be able to buy, to exchange, or trade. And yes, we always get a lot of people. So if I buy Bitcoins today, and then later the value goes to, it's 11,000 today, the value goes to 15,000. How do I get it out? People are always concerned about how do I get my money out. The same way, it's so easy to get in. It's so easy to exchange through the same platforms. Unfortunately, we can say, ideally, we all want a cashless society, but if you look at our region currently, Africa, I don't think a cashless society is possible at the moment. It's more how do each of those different platforms, coexist, and how do maybe we improve infrastructure and maybe access to everybody, whether you are using cash or fiat or whatever, or cash is fiat or cryptocurrency. So it's very easy. It's very easy, particularly in South Africa. It's very easy to be trading cryptocurrency.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. We have shared so much. We have shared valuable information with us. Yeah. We are about to close. Guys, please ask some questions on the comment section below. Ask some questions so that she can respond to our questions. Christy is here. Christy is still here. She's sharing the valuable information with us. You are live on the Crypto King Show. We are live on all social media platforms. We want to educate the African child, the African community about the blockchain, the cryptocurrency market, and the Bitcoin. Everyone deserves to understand. Everyone deserves to get into this opportunity. Thank you for tuning in. Please, you can share this broadcast to your pages, to your groups, start a watch party so that everyone get to see this valuable information that is shared. Christy, do you also believe in the rumors that the first trillionaire is going to emerge from the blockchain space? What's your take on that? And who do you think is the first person who's going to be the first trillionaire who's already pioneering the blockchain in the blockchain space or the blockchain projects?
Are you saying which? Are you asking me to refer to a certain project? It's very difficult with cryptocurrency because why? The technology behind it is anonymous, right? So I mean, you can see transactions happening, like 10 billion or so being transacted, but you can't really, because it's alphanumeric, you can't really say it's what this is Elson's wallet, But the reality is that let's look at the internet. I always refer to internet because it's the most easy example to use. In the 90s, when the internet boom came, everybody was like, what's going to happen? There's nothing really, no rocket science behind a blockchain. If you're going to come up with either you are in what project you're investing in or what type, let me rephrase myself. In what project you're investing in or in what project you are creating for the people. Why am I saying so? Because it's a matter of us sitting back and reflecting. What are some of the different challenges that we have in the various industries, in our countries, in our communities, that we can use, where we can use technology to help solve or create solutions around that? So I think that's something important to look at. So, use case. Those that come up with a a very practical use case. And in terms of practicality, it's very important. You can't just I'm going to give an example. Let's say M-Pesa in South Africa, right? Mobile money is very big. Even right now, the whole world is looking at Africa, having come up with M-Pesa, how it has solved issues for us. Why? It was practical. Practical in the sense that people did not have a bank account, but everybody had a mobile phone. So, umama, who's on the side of the road, could use a phone too. Hence, M-Pesa was very successful in markets where there's no existing banking system. So practicality is very important. Make sure that if you're going to invest, so who is going to be the millionaire or whatever, you're investing in a very practical cryptocurrency project that has a practical use case. So, and then that's on usage, right? What about, the same applies for you, Elson. We're young population, young ideas in Africa, but come up with a practical cryptocurrency. You will be. So I would say those for me are going to be the people that are going to be, to reap biggest rewards. Practical use case. Whether you invest in a practical use case. So do your homework. And it's early days. EFT, as I said, was EFT back in 90. If EFT was a cryptocurrency right now, if it was 10 cents in 1994, it would probably be worth much more because everybody uses EFT at the moment, looking at what it offers.
Thank you so much, Christy. You just mentioned something about youth investing in the blockchain space, creating projects that are valuable and projects that are long-term with use cases. And I believe the opportunity for grabs. Blockchain is still young. We still can get involved and we can still create some projects. Very much, very much emphasizing on youth starting projects. And do not pursue these short-term programs that much and forgetting to build, to create, to develop projects on the blockchain space. There's so much that blockchain can offer. There are so many use cases. There are so many things that you can create on blockchain that can serve or solve human lives, offices, the society, social, economical. There's so much that we can do. But now the problem is our youth, we do not want to research, to get involved. We just want to watch from the sidelines, watch from a distance, instead of coming in and making use of this opportunity. Please share with us, what projects are you working on? Are there any other projects or what are you working on at the moment? Please share with us, yeah?
Okay, in terms of, before I touch on projects, right, maybe I just need to give a background and just highlight to the youth, right? I mean, there are a lot of platforms that are aiming to make money for you, or, I just need to highlight something, right? Just because your friend got paid by Elson Bitcoin traders,
Yeah.
have you assessed to see how sustainable is Elson's traders?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with, I know it comes with challenges of that, the poverty, the lack of unemployment, but we need to stop having a short-term mentality, and kind of look at things long-term. Currently, at the moment, if we just look at the blockchain and Bitcoin, their information is freely available. Information is freely available, guys. What I'm saying to you right now, I didn't get any form of education or anything. I just invested in available information. There are hundreds of mentors available in, as I said, it's a global community. You can tap into their groups on Telegrams. I mean, I'm talking about legitimate stuff though. So they're free courses to basically, improve your knowledge about. But we need to invest in that and also have a long-term vision. And that's how I got involved. As I said, you don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be a computer science graduate. You don't have to be, I'm not a financial expert. I'm basically just sharing basics, but with experience because I've walked the same path as everybody. But there's so much opportunity, especially that Africa has a youthful population. There's so much opportunity for everyone. Just look at the problems in your communities and think of them. It's just a copy and paste, but with structure. Nonetheless, I've been very blessed to interact, network. I mean, I still see myself as somebody that's learning, and there's still a lot to learn. As I'm saying, there's a lot of opportunities, lots of free courses that you can join. Some of them, their qualifications are even recognized. Free and recognized. So you can up your CV. But nonetheless, is that I've gone through all of this, but this is not about me. There's so many projects and opportunities. So what type of projects have I been involved in? Obviously, with the research background, as I said, I've used my experience to help businesses assess how blockchain technology can disrupt. I can give an example of a cryptocurrency exchange that I've been involved with. They've actually been two African-based that I've been involved with. So, as I said, before you go into any market, obviously, you need to have an understanding of, who are the current players. If you're coming in Africa to open a cryptocurrency exchange, you can't just say, I'm going to open a cryptocurrency exchange. What is your target market? Which country are you coming into? For example. So I've helped this cryptocurrency assess the markets by looking at consumer payment landscape in various target countries where they want to operate. Because, as I said, M-Pesa did not work in South Africa because they failed to see that South Africa already has a financial structure compared to Kenya where there was nothing, So the same way you have to do for any business. So I've helped this cryptocurrency exchange look at what is the best way, how their cryptocurrency exchange need to be structured. In this way, able to inform long-term and short-term projects. And this is basically cryptocurrency called Cryptox Exchange. I've also written a lot of white papers for many blockchain projects, mostly in the retail sector. Currently, I'm part of a team for it's an online marketplace. It's almost like a Takealot, 100% decentralized cryptocurrency marketplace that is called Premier. It's still very much in. There's still a lot of development going forward, but it's going to be major. This is going to be like the Amazon of of blockchain. So those are some of the projects I've worked. And there's so many remote jobs. I would love to see a lot of my African young people, whether it's trading, whether it's content. There is opportunity for everyone, but we need to invest in long-term strategic stuff and stop looking for invest in 500 to get 10,000 done.
Thank you so much. The key word that we have mentioned is investing in long-term and staying in the market for a long term and believing in the market for a long term. There is no short-term success. It's all about building and building. We have seen that happening with our billionaires of our time. They've been building for some time. If you are to look into the projects like Facebook, look into the projects like Alibaba, those projects, they were never, built in one day. They took time to come up and start being profitable and start making money. So we ought to remove that mentality of short-term things. We want to make money tomorrow. We want to make money tomorrow. The goal that I normally preach to people is that we are building legacies. We are creating wealth. We want to be billionaires. Let's remove that mentality that we want just to be rich, or just to create some few thousands and some few millions. No, let's have a bigger goal. We want to be billionaires of this world. We want to leave our marks. We want to be read in books. We want to be written in books. We want to be spoken long after we are gone. We want our kids, our children, the next generation to still eat and still, get the rewards that we have built, that we have sweat for. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. Please, in just a minute or two, give us some positive words, your last words about the whole market, about the African child there coming into this crypto market space, and believing in this market, and making sure that they do not get scammed. They get into this market with the right mentality, with the right, projections and forecast. Please give us some few last words.
I think I will start with what I would end with what I started, and I said that education is very important for facilitating and imparting an understanding that will foster an informed, take note of my keywords, informed and meaningful participation in this sector. I'm sure nobody wants to imagine you in a dark room. You don't even know where you're touching. So when you're not educated and you're not informed about this cryptocurrency block, you're the same as a person in the dark room. So invest in education. And it takes a lot of effort, but the fruits of investing in education and understanding this market are enormous. Because as I said, the crypto and blockchain market is bigger than Bitcoin. There's no such thing as a joint Bitcoin. No. It's a currency, and there are many others. And on top of that, there are many opportunities. African child, invest in educating and understanding. Because once you understand, you'll be more than just an investor. You will be somebody that will come up with practical solutions. And at the end of the day, the reality is that we are the last frontier in a lot of industries across the world. And this industry was made for us. So yes, the Bitcoin, or should I say the blockchain and cryptocurrency market is bigger than Bitcoin, and it was made for Africa. And there's a lot of opportunities for us if we take it. So otherwise, thank you so much, Elton. I'm also happy that you have this platform because it shares the same values. I'm saying education, education, education. Because once you understand that, the million scams that are coming to Africa, that come and go, they're the ones that are giving cryptocurrency a very bad, and blockchain a very bad name for our people. Hence, a lot of our people think they're scam. Whereas this is an opportunity for us to tap into as a last frontier.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for sharing all this information with us. And hopefully we'll be with you, inviting you again in the next coming weeks to share us more information. You never stop learning. I normally say, yes. Stay foolish, stay hungry. Because the moment you think you know everything, you die. My people perish because they lack knowledge. But with so much knowledge from pioneers like you, we are in the right hands. Thank you so much, Christy. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are live on the Crypto King Show, live on all social media platforms, educating the African child about blockchain, the cryptocurrency market, and the Bitcoin. Thank you for coming through, and thank you for understanding. Thank you for being an obedient audience. Our next show is going to happen on Friday, 7 p.m., same time. Friday, 7 p.m., we are live again. We'll be talking about the cryptocurrency. We'll be analyzing the market. We'll be analyzing what happened. And we'll be confirming whether we are in the bull run already or we still, the market is still going to retrace. So our next guest is going to share with us all this information. Thank you so much. Please do share this video, this broadcast to all your people, to your pages and groups, so that we help as many people as we can. We want to reach the masses. Thank you so much. Crypto Love. Talk to you soon.